Hi. Hi. So, I figured I could do a little quick little talk, lecture. It's, I don't know, is it 5 something? And I get up at 3:45 a.m. every day. I'm pressing some buttons. Oh, look at that. Okay. What is this? I probably shouldn't touch it. What's this right here? What? Okay. All right. What's this? Okay. Sorry. So it's like I came on this morning. You see that? You can see some of my spot. I spent my Saturday and last Saturday watching Posted. Yep, his name is Posted. I'm in my garage and I don't, give away all of my business because my business also belongs to my family. So I try to respect it. No one's ever asked me to. They don't care. But I only give but so much. Okay. I used to put my face on, but that gets boring. It's so boring just to be looking at your face. I don't know. So I was over at eBan Films right here on YouTube, and I noticed something that just is so disheartening to me. I was born in 75. My parents are both from Georgia, okay? My tribe is from Georgia. I mean a real tribe. I'm not talking some foo-foo stuff. I'm not talking even Cherokee. No, none of that. Aboriginal tribe. Okay. So the East Coast is we've been up and down this coast for thousands of years, and I love the soil that God gave my people. So I've been watching eBan, and it wasn't like, usually I'm just quiet in the audience, but I just enjoy bantering with them. I love being in a room with a group of guys talking the way they do because I have an older brother, only had one sibling, and my dad. So I'm used to that banter. I have loads of boy cousins, who are always over. I live in what used to be, to me, the most amazing neighborhood in the suburbs of Connecticut. Okay. We worked hard when those white people started moving out because we were moving in, which is crazy because we're on our own soil. So watching people pull their kids out of the school because you've arrived, but you've always been here. Okay. It was disturbing. And the few exceptional whites who stayed realized, oh, they stayed because there was nothing to run from. Like, and we were all people moving in. We're all family anyway. We all come from Georgia. We didn't live in a city in Georgia. It's just a small town. No stoplights. No one lived in a project. All the homes were built by hand, by the families. So when we moved here, and people, I don't know if anyone explained this to you, okay? I'm going to use the word Aborigines because I cannot speak for any other people of my complexion from outside of this place, okay? We bring up the value of the neighborhoods. So all these houses that we've bought, we're not mortgaged on these houses up north. We own these houses. We own this neighborhood. We run it. Get this. We run it, and we'll cuss you the fuck out when you make a misstep. All right? So we brought up the value. And now, of course, you've got the whites trying to come back. Like, no, stay further out. You moved your silly ass all the way up into, because we're like, I'm right on the line of the city. I literally could like throw a stone. Okay. Now they want to get, they want to gentrify and they want to get the move back closer to where we are because it's easier for you to get to work. And you realize that, oh, we left, but these inners brought up the value of the neighborhood. Lower middle class and up inners increase the value of their homes. So the white folks leave it, we come in, we increase the value, and then we create a bond, and then we create neighborhood watches. We create all sorts of stuff. I'm talking about those of us who arrived here, who go up and down the coast, right? From Georgia and anywhere in the South. But I literally, my parents' classmates are in this town. My whole family's down the streets, around the corner. It is an amazing place, and families, that's what I'm about to explain. We're full, complete families with the dog and everything, okay? With the fence, the dog and everything. We never had a dog, but I know my uncle did around the corner. He had a dog, but you get what I'm saying. 2 kids and a fence and a dog. Yeah. Black. I'm going to say black now because with our being here, there was a big surge from Jamaica of people coming in. And the original Jamaica, just like I like to say, I'm a nigga. If I'm going to use the word nigga, I'm going to say I'm a nigga from way back. That means that my people I'm an Aborigine. And my people were here before the white man arrived. I'm a nigga from way back. You have the new Jamaican and you have the old Jamaican from way back. Okay? The old Jamaican from way back. We took them into our neighborhoods that the whites didn't think we should have as they stupidly moved out and now trying to gentrify and come back. We're like, fuck you. You took your kids out to school. Like, we brought up the value of this neighborhood. You are lower class than you thought, white people who are here. I'm talking about my neighborhood. And the ones who stayed were exceptional white people who obviously were raised well, okay? And they stayed and they died off here. They stayed until they died because nothing was going to happen because we moved more of our people up north. And then it's just a fluctuation. It's been thousands of years. There's a period of time where within like the last 20 years where a lot of people wanted to go back south, right? And so a lot did. Now, when I'm saying all of this to you, I'm talking about complete families. Mom, dad. Okay? The old Jamaican was the shit. Gardens be spectacular. Landscaping off the hook. Kids spectacular. Church going on Sunday. Okay? The old Jamaican was the shit. The new Jamaican is a problem, even for the old Jamaicans. Let me be clear, even for the old. Okay? So my life partner is Jamaican from way back. I was born in 75. He was born in 76. We have the same birthday, actually, October 12th. And my best friend, who lived across the street my whole life, she had the same birthday. It was the strangest thing. And she ended up marrying a man with my life partner's last name. So we all share the same birthday. And my life partner's last name is the same as her husband's last name. Life partner for a reason, a chosen, beautiful reason. Okay. So I'm on eBay we're watching the Young Thug YSL. Where has anybody found Rico case in trial, right? Nobody's found Rico yet. We're still looking. And the guy comes in and he's saying something, and I'm gonna assume I'd have to go back and fully pay attention to what he started, but he was talking about, I said something about being at Freaknik for whatever the years it was, 94, 95, 96, and 1997, I believe. I don't know. That must have set him off. I wasn't talking to him. He didn't ask me my background. Remember, we're here watching some Young Thug stuff, okay? And I know what I said. I was like, it's a shame because to me, and I was there when they were preparing. I was at Tuskegee University, which is only an hour and a half from Atlanta. I had mad friends in schools like Spelman, Morehouse, and Clark at the time as well, who were from my hometown. So get this, I know a lot of people, and all of our parents were from the South anyway. So I was in Atlanta a lot while I was getting my education at Tuskegee. I was there a lot. And plus my family's there. I have family in a lot of family in Atlanta. And the Olympics. I just said in the chat, to me, first, the Olympics ruined that place, Atlanta, right? So it was the Olympics and the rap industry. The industrial portion of rap. Industry. So I said the Olympics and the rap industry ruined such a beautiful city that I can remember. I was born in 75. We were in Georgia twice a year. I spent summers there and not in Atlanta. I know I did spend, I spent some time in the summers in Atlanta, but mostly in my parents' little town, little dirt road town that I love. My Aboriginal space, my Aboriginal homeland. So this dude injects himself into something that he doesn't even understand. Because it took me 15 minutes just now to explain to you that little portion of who I am. So he knows nothing about me. All he sees is me saying that the Olympics and the rap industry were a big ruin for such a beautiful city that I once remember. So then he went on to blame me. I mean, like me, just me. I was the problem. And I was a problem because I went to Freaknik while I was in college for 4 years. Because I went to Freaknik, I was the problem. So fine, every once in a while, I'm in the mood to go ahead and embarrass a person, but I get bored easily if they're not a good challenger. If they're not, I know he wasn't my equal. So it bores me. I just kind of, and then I just block him because I'm like, it's not fun because, I want to equal. But I'm watching as the conversation shifted. Now, I can't see him anymore, but I see that other people are upset because I've blocked him. I'm moved on. I'm 49 this year. Why would I sit there? and, so, and it went to a male female argument. Like, what? People, I come from a complete family, a complete tribe. That means my people marry and stay married. It's an expectation that if you marry, you're going to make the most out of it. You chose that motherfucking person. Doesn't mean you're going to be perfect at it. Okay? Now, you got to be careful. Of course, no one wants to watch a couple as a tribe, watch a couple who are totally just not, it's not safe. And they could be unsafe to each other and harm each other for whatever reason. Of course not. There are really good reasons for people to separate and for a while, and ultimately, if they need to divorce, if it's going to lead to anything harmful. Okay? But outside of that, I come from a complete family. I have never complained about, and I'm going to say black men because that's what they're saying in the arguments. Black men, black women, but white women do the same, and white men do the same. What is it? Okay, and I'm saying male, female because really, whites are humans, blacks are men. Okay, it's just the original man, which is really means it's just you're an Aboriginal. So Aboriginal men and women, and then white humans and women if you want. Okay, that's all. Yeah, that's gonna be the best way to put that. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and do this whole black and white thing just to not throw anybody off today because it's too early. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with people? I do not spend my time as a woman bringing down any man. I don't complain about my black men. I'm going to call them black men because that's what y'all call them. I'm trying. I hate saying it like that. I don't complain about my Aboriginal men. Okay? I just don't. What is the point? Men are from Mars. Women are from Venus. Why would I sit there? I come from a complete family. So it would be a lie and a sin for me to pretend as if I have a problem with black men, because I just don't. All I've had is great men in my life. I was even molested and raped from kindergarten through 4th grade, okay, by a black man. And that didn't cause me to hate black men. Are you crazy? You're talking millions of people in this millions. You're going to hate, like you're sick. There was a time recently, okay, when the majority of us didn't have much. So if those people were capable of sustaining marriage without talking like, you black man, you black woman, and they were poor and they wanted to marry. They were poor. They were picking cotton, cleaning other people's bathrooms, breastfeeding other people's kids. And they didn't stop to take the time to say, point to the other whole group. Oh, you niggas ain't shit. Oh, you bitches and hoes ain't shit. Like, what? We have not reached an economical, financial level to even act bougie enough to talk about someone struggling financially in this corrupt system. I can't, like, it's a corrupt system. I'm not pointing at anybody, especially my black men. Why would I do that? You the reason for the downfall of, and then, no, hell no. Hell no. If you don't want him, send him on. Somebody else might want him and maybe just as crazy as him, and he'll find his fit. But you just keep minding your business and tending to you, because I'm pretty sure you ain't shit either. Women, we have some days when we ain't shit. Women, we have days when we ain't shit. Okay? Men have days when they ain't shit. White women have loads of days when they ain't shit. Trust me. Okay? I said women, that's hard for me with them. White females have days when they ain't shit. White men have, Lord, they spend a lifetime in this mental bondage and ain't shit. But going one against the other ain't shit. It don't bring about shit. I hope you don't think it's new. And I felt sorry for this dude. I'm like, does he think this is a new topic? Like, I was born in the 70s. I was born maybe 6 years after Martin Luther King died. You got to understand, we're not far in history, people. My parents drink out of the black fountains, the Negro fountains, the colored fountains, whatever the fuck you want to call it. They went in to get their food. They couldn't sit and eat it. Wait, but like they said, my mom was like, nigga, I ain't want to sit and eat it. I want to buy my shit and get the fuck out. I didn't want to hang with them. So in a way, they weren't even, the things we put on some of this shit, they weren't worried about. It was those people who still today want to force themselves in on white America. Okay? You ain't got to force nothing. You're an Aborigine. You're always here. There's nothing to force. Build something. Build a shack and stock it with food and open you a store. Buy one of them little tiny homes. Get together, buy a piece. Listen, it's so silly. Now, if what we're talking about, because I'm like, this dude, I just don't get it. To me, it all breaks down. He's mad because I was at Freaknik. I met amazing people at Freaknik. Okay? Arthur Ashe's niece was going to Spelman at the time, so was my best friend from home. She was at Freaknik. She was in that What's Her Face video. She also went on tour with P. Diddy. I learned a lot. I spent Thanksgiving with the Ashe family one time on break from Tuskegee, welcomed into their home. Okay? Like, there's a richness and a depth to all of this, and it has nothing to do with pointing your finger at anybody but your fucking self. Now, if you can do that first, then you can proceed to point out, hey, as a whole, what you're seeing. But first, you gotta reconcile with your damn self. It is nothing wrong if all you had is one parent. I come from a complete family, yes. That's just my tribe. It's a real tribe from Georgia. It's a tribe. It's a tribe. It has a name. And it's not any of these names that belong to what the white man handed out, the white creature. So you walking around upset about some hoes and bitches, as you would call them, these beautiful, beautiful women who are still carrying your babies. If single moms didn't move forward and give birth, do you understand what the population would be? We need children to carry on the legacy. And there are a lot of moms single moms out there whose hearts were in it, and they made it. And they made it. And they didn't ruin their children. You know, they talk about black single moms ruin their sons. Like, come on, listen to me. Children are meant to be with their mothers until it is time for their departure, whether they're a boy or girl. It is natural. That's who's your first teacher, your mother. When you come out the womb, it doesn't matter how many times your dad heard you on the outside, you were in your mother's womb. You spent all of your time with her. And if you do things in a natural manner, she's going to breastfeed you. Your father cannot breastfeed you. God built this thing exactly the way he meant it to be built. And then he meant that the man should then be out working because the woman is breastfeeding this one kid and taking care of the other kids and all of this stuff. And she's working. And she's working. My grandmother would tell me stories about how if you're picking cotton, in Georgia, she was picking cotton, and she had a baby, and you bring a blanket. Now, I know in Africa, like in different African countries, they'll tie the babies to themselves. But here, okay, we're different. I'm not African. My people didn't come from an African slave ship. I'm an Aborigine of this place that they call the USA. There are loads of Aborigines here who were here before all of it. So my grandmother would take whichever baby was new, okay, bring them to the cotton fields, put them on the blanket, and work. My granddad would be working. If whatever kid got old enough, my mother was working at a diner cooking. My grandmother told the man there she can do it and she could do it by herself. 7 years old. Working, cooking, the cook at a white man's diner. How dare you insult Black women who did all of that, and they came from complete homes. My mother had her parents. My grandparents had their parents. That's the lineage I'm from. And if you're not from that lineage, it's okay. And there's a lot of reasons why it's okay. But do not insult the Black men because they're just being men. Like you're just being a fucking woman. And we are up against a beast together. I do not get the hatred of men for women and women for men. I don't get it. I get being annoyed because we're different. We're supposed to be different. That's natural. Again, I'm going to say men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Read the book. Like, I read that book when I was 19, 20. Like you're behind. I'm 48, going to be 49 this year. You're slow. So when I'm on a platform and motherfuckers are coming at me real slow, and I done read Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus back in the 90s, and it's the upper 2020s, and you still saying the same. Like, who gives a fuck about what the fuck you're saying? I can't even debate or have a discourse with you because you're so far behind. And if you think that the problems of Atlanta were because of the Freaknik people, you are sick. You really are confused. You really did not go to a library ever and open a book. That's male or female. I'm disgusted when I log into my YouTube, and there are women who I've been watching for years. And I'm like, they have so much potential. They're brilliant, but they're still talking about Black men. I'd just be like, I can't fucking take it no more. You're telling me I've been watching you 10 years and you're still having the same fucking conversation. Bitch, we done moved on to reparations and shit. I want every nigga on board. Every nigga on board. Male, female, I don't give a fuck. We together, on board. I don't give a fuck if you're a single mom of 20, I want you. Single moms with 50 million kids, I want you. Your numbers matter. There are good single moms with 20 kids and horrible married mothers with one. Hello, there are good single moms with 20 fucking kids and horrible married women, horrible married moms with one child. It is an illusion, people. Relationships are what you make them. There is no man versus women. It does not exist. You're making it. If you don't like a motherfucker, move on. If you don't like a motherfucker, move on. Now, I can even accept a little bit if the Aborigines, and then I'm a lecturer, people. The stuff I talk about is deep, but I'm on here and I'm trying to help you to understand things that need background. So let me say this. Aborigines, okay, it means people who have been here, the original man who's been here for thousands of years, God's original man, okay, who has been on this land. There are also Aborigines in Australia, okay? The words are not spelled the same. Aborigine and Aborigine, Aborigine from this land, USA, and Aborigines from the land of Australia, the word isn't spelled the same. There's a one-letter difference. So when I'm saying Aborigines, I am only speaking about this land, my ancestral land of thousands of years, this soil that they are now, the Georgian soil especially. You didn't understand that the Arabs were digging it up and selling it when they were opening up those gas stations there? And then the white man, the white human caught on and started doing the same thing. I'm up in New England. I found in the fucking Hobby Lobby Georgia soil for sale in the crafting aisle. Your soil, Georgia, is everything. Fucking argument about Freaknik from a million years ago. The students there were not fucking up your shit. It was you. We came and spent money. We came and spread love. You will not ever put that on us. You saw an opportunity, you low life. I was near gunshots. I was locked on the highway. I still had a good time with my people. Your corrupt government, your corrupt departments fucked it up. Closed up all the upscale boutiques. Listen, Black college kids, a good number of us got money to shop. You done closed down the upscale stores. The fuck? We want to spend some money. So guess what? The people from your own city took some rocks, broke the fuck in there, and it went wild that year. They was grabbing. Now, I will then say, I ain't grabbed shit. I was just walking looking like, what the fuck? There are some college students who are broke as hell. Because most of the times you are broke. Even if, if you come from a family with a decent amount of money, college is expensive. So you see a bunch of niggas, now that day, they were like, well, shit, Nikki, they had already broken the window. It's like I saw me a pair of Jabos. Anybody know what Jabos are? Let's bring that back. Yeah, I just had to grab them. I mean, it would, you know what I'm saying? Look at my pants. I'm in need. I'm here trying to get his. So yeah, there were some of the male college students who, once those windows were broken, were like, shit. I do know that. There's some other things I know, but I don't have time because that's not the conversation. That had nothing to do with us. I remember being in the MARTA and I'm trying to waiting to get on the train during Freaknik, and here's some Atlantean fool bucking shots. I broke my camera. I think I lost a shoe. I mean, and I was in there, so I ran as far as I could. There was no other place to go but onto the tracks. Onto the tracks. I mean, we're running. Here to buckshots. I'm from up north, okay? I'm from Connecticut, so that means Hartford, Connecticut used to be the drive-by capital. Okay, so I'm used to gunshots. I know what the fuck I need to do. I also live right next door to what? New York. I'm right next door to what? Boston, Philly, Jersey. Bring it. Connecticut people always up in New York, especially the Bronx. Bring it. I just know I was in that subway. I heard them shots like I've heard shots a million times before. Connecticut is small, so you can be in a suburb and hear the shots from the city. Yeah, I hear them all the time. Heard some the other day. Sometimes they enter into the neighborhood. Went through my neighbor's across the street window a couple of weeks ago. Because we got a lot of foreigners now, right? Right. So the man is too busy worried about the fuck black women are up to than the real problem. Because if he had heard what I said, the first problem was the Olympics, allowing Georgia is a motherland, it's a homeland, it's a sacred space. And when I was there when they began it, and I was there for the whole thing because I was at Tuskegee 93 through 97. So I watched as everything took place, the building of it and the downfall of it. After the Olympics is over, you can go online now and find loads of videos where people show you the aftermath of Olympics being in their cities. Go online and find the aftermath of the Olympics being in other countries and other people's cities and what it does. So, you wrong motherfucker from yesterday. I said to you, the Olympics ruined that place. And then the rap industry. But there was a gap of space before the rap industry ended that place quickly. Not the rappers. It is an industry. It is an industrial, internationally industrial system built to do a certain thing. And it does it. Those of us who are up north, Philly, believe it or not, Hartford, a lot of people go back and forth to New York easily. So a lot of Connecticut people are in the music game. Boston, is it Philly, Boston, Jersey, New York? I mean, we were used to the beast of it. And the gossip that you guys are hearing now, we've been new. Like, Albie Shore was a deadbeat dad back in the day. We've been new because I'm right here in Connecticut talking to everybody. Of course, we listen to the New York radio stations. You know what I'm saying? Because we right here. Connecticut is tiny. It takes me, what, 45 minutes? Less to get to the line. It takes me 2 seconds to get to Massachusetts. I spit and I'm there. It's a small place. Shout out to Rhode Island, too. Y'all be holding it down. Rhode Island, Connecticut, to me, are like the same place. It was the music industrial machine that was the demise, the final blow for Atlanta. That Freaknik been in it, you stupid motherfucker. You's a dumb motherfucker. All that money we poured in, just give it back then. Your portion. If you ever collected a food stamp or anything, give it back to me. Poured money. My parents are from Georgia. We own houses in Georgia. And I'm like, I tried to even break that down for him. He's like, so what? I said, it's called taxes. So I ain't paying Georgia taxes just like you, bitch. Or are you paying them? Are you actually working? I don't know. But I don't care. We're on here with Posted TheRealEBANFilms to watch this trial unfold. What does that fucking have to do with black Aborigines? I'm sorry. I meant to say black women, because I hate that, but Aborigine women. Nothing. Nothing. Why would you bring that into the chat? Like you must think on that all day. I love my men. I don't want anything but an Aborigine man or an Aboriginal, meaning my life partner. He came from Jamaica when he was 10, but he's a Jamaican from way back. That's when the Jamaicans was acting like they had some sense. Now, and he admits it. My life partner, who's from Jamaica, came here when he was 10 and lived in the Bronx, and I met him in Tuskegee. We started the same year. He, over all these 31 years we've been together, the first time he stepped foot here in 94, he came for Christmas break. When we came from Tuskegee, he came from the Bronx and spent time with my family. He was like, yeah, Nikki, these Jamaicans here is different. So I will also say you have to have met a Connecticut Jamaican to understand that story. So to me, I mean, when I was at Tuskegee, all the Jamaicans I met were nothing like the Jamaicans from Connecticut. But as time went on and more came, right, I would get treated badly. You want to talk about racism? Watch an Aborigine of Connecticut walk into a Jamaican hair store. So I just finally gave up. I was like, as soon as you open your mouth and you don't have that accent, you treat like shit. I'm like, but I bet you they not there. What now? Why? Stop bringing my money, bitch. Fuck you. So the Jamaicans here were always a little different. It's horrible now. And the Jamaicans from way back will tell you that. It's horrible. And I'm listening to people who are getting more and more of an influx of these new Jamaicans in other places of the U.S., especially the Midwest. And they're like, what is this creature? I'm like, that's the new Jamaican. That ain't the Jamaican from way back. And it's a beast. And all foreigners, immigrants, are strangers, period. So the whole immigration and migrants and foreign, it's just unsafe to allow that many strangers around your kids, into your kids' space, to open the country up like that and let anyone flood in. It's unsafe, especially when they're coming from places where they've been helping with human trafficking. And I look across the street and I'm like, oh shit, these people, she written out to these Mexicans and they're trafficking people. And dealing drugs. I would watch the whole setup. I would talk to the cops. It was crazy. Like the Jamaicans will come and set up some drug shit, but these people were trafficking young girls. It's crazy. And the Jamaican girl who originally was there, because we had his dad sent to prison for show, but he later died of cancer. And then left it to her, and now she's letting all these Mexicans, and I don't go outside. It ain't safe outside. Take it how you will. It just is what it is. I'm on my own Aboriginal land. Fuck a Mexico. I don't give a fuck about a Mexico. I don't give a fuck about a Mexican. You're not my neighbor. God said, love thy neighbor as you love yourself. I have some exceptional white humans in my life. Those are my neighbors. They literally live around me. I went to school with them. Exceptional whites in my life. That's the neighbor. Now, on the Aborigine part, you so I've we have specific names for them here in the US and over in Australia, right? It's the same, it sounds the same, but it's spelled a little differently. The Aborigines. But worldwide, any place. Like, so we have Aboriginals here. So take that word black, throw it out, and then you put there Aboriginal. That's all it is. So we have a lot of other Aboriginals from other places here on my ancestral land, right? There was an influx, and we can't carry that burden any longer, especially for Haiti. Haiti, we took so many of you, we can't anymore. It's too much. And your violence has been too much. The new Jamaican, the new. I mean, if you came here within the last 10 years, we tired, y'all. We already got the old Jamaican who knows how we do things. Oh, you can go back home. You still stuck in the hood. Because you didn't understand, you didn't want to do the work that the old Jamaicans did. Worked hard. Good neighbors. Okay? Now, as I'm talking about all this, notice how the word men and women or male and female didn't pop up. You can have a conversation without insulting half of the world. I ain't got nothing against my black. You call them black. Oh, it's so hard. My Aboriginal men, especially the Aborigines of this land that they call USA. I have nothing but love because I come from a family of strong men, complete men. And that means that it's possible for others to be strong and complete. And it doesn't matter your background. It doesn't matter because we all started with nothing after it was stripped from us. Even those of us who have a non-slave background, they took our land. So it doesn't matter your economic issue. The question is, what's your goal? And you cannot reach a goal if you polarize half of your people, meaning men or women, whichever side you're on, who you're arguing about. And when it comes to black men, we're black, I'm trying. It's a struggle because they in jail, and people, a lot of them are just in there, and they didn't do nothing. A lot of them are just sitting there waiting for a trial. The system is a beast. And they're going for the white human now. The white male humans. Locking them up left and right. Tossing drugs into the trailer parks and everything that they did to the blacks. They're doing it to the white males and females. I'm in Connecticut, and the stuff I've seen, my neighbors and what they've become, and watch as the Middle Easterners push them out of their family gas stations. Pushed. I'm like, y'all been here forever. What's going on with the name change? At first, it's a name change. Everybody can talk about it. It's the same. It's the same system. Listen to me, people. And I'm talking to people who've always been here. I'm not talking to anyone who became a citizen. talking to the people who are born here. No one has, I'm going to use the word our best interest at heart. No one has our, a combined effort, best interest at heart. The government doesn't have our best interest at heart, and the foreigners don't have our best interest at heart. Now, you can continue to be softies and cry a river for a bunch of people just walking right across what border? I drive into Mexico when I'm in San Diego by mistake. I'm like, oh shit, turn around, get the fuck out of here. Can't stand that place. And I've been to Mexico 3 times. And I assure you, I can't stand that place. It's my tribe's enemy anyway. But that's a history that I'm not going to do right now. And that's the other thing about that dude. Dude, it was ruined when you sat there and allowed all these Mexicans to come in and be your landscapers. And I was there that year. I was pregnant and I was watching how they were just everywhere. And Africans, I don't know what the fuck they saying. They talking to me, but I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you saying. Foreigners, strangers, you allow strangers to cut your grass. Never do that. You allow strangers to come to your house every week because you were too lazy to bring the car to have it washed. Atlanta, you and your new money. New money niggas can make some really bad choices. New money niggas can make bad choices. You in those fabricated homes. It's like plastic. You light a match and then all Atlanta go up in flames from all that plastic. You should have built a solid home. It was going to cost you more. It would have been smaller, but it would have been safer. All that plastic. Atlanta is filled with plastic. Do not light a match. And it's sad because these people's relatives are out further out, okay? In the middle of nowhere with homes that they built by hand. Wood and brick. My people, my families built their homes themselves, whole streets. So it's like your family really owns whole streets, like around here. We own whole streets where I'm looking at right now, looking in the direction of all my family members here in Connecticut. So Atlanta, you set yourself up. You're not going to blame Freaknik for your downfall. Like, are you retarded? You set yourself up with herpes. So Freaknik gave you herpes? A picnic, pick a nigga, gave you herpes? No. The rap industrial machine gave you herpes. But that wasn't that long ago. The Olympics screwed you first. And then you let in the foreigners on sacred land. Georgia is sacred homeland. The same way people who are tied to Africa, for us, Georgia is sacred homeland, and that's why my eyes are peeled to that trial. My eyes are dead set on that trial to see how the Aborigines, how the judge and everyone handles the case. Because Atlanta can't afford to not be victorious. Atlanta cannot afford to be victorious. It cannot. And as a tribal princess, I say that. You can't afford to not be victorious. And see, my whole point was to talk about male, female, and I can't because I don't do it. So I don't even know how to hold that conversation for an hour, like an hour talk, because I have nothing to say. You know, man can be disgusting. I mean, man as a collective. Man as a collective can be disgusting, and the sins can be disgusting. This as a collective. It has nothing to do, it's a 50-50 thing. 50% of the people off the chain, 50 not. And it is not even about poverty. You can be poor and amazing. Some of you people should see some of these people's mansions, the nastiness, the roaches, mansions. And there you are in your little Section 8 or your project, and a group of you all have been there for a long time, and you keep it clean. That's beautiful. That's a tribe. It's a community. Same way my grandmother picked up that baby, put the blanket on the ground, and picked her cotton. Being poor does not excuse you from making the world around you beautiful, meaning your home. By keeping it clean. Having a lot of stuff is just a lot of stuff. And you end up giving it away, putting it in the trash. All the time, you see us. The services love to come through the suburbs. We be putting out stuff that we never wore. It's an illusion, people. You are the prize. You are the prize. If you carry the slum in you, then you are the slum. But if you live in the slum and you don't carry the slum in you, you're that house where you broke as hell, but people love to come by. Child, girl, you be just a cleaning. I ain't seen a roach or nothing. Yeah, girl, you know how I am. Yeah, because it don't matter. Just because you're in the slum doesn't mean you are a slum. There are mansions with roaches and rats, filled with nothing but misery. And there are slums where there are apartments of people who have taken their time to keep their home as clean as they keep their bodies. And for all you paper throwers talking about if we don't throw the paper down, the prison people won't have no work, shut up. That's disgusting. That's the excuse you're going to tell God for dropping paper on my ancestors' land? Get the fuck out. If you feel like you're a paper dropper and that it's okay because it's going to give the prisoners some work, get the fuck off the land. Get the fuck out. We don't want you here. A slum and a slum lord do not equal the insides of that building being disgusting. The people matter more. Get together and find a way, because all you're going to do, and I watch it all the time, is finally get out. You barely make it out. You buy a home in the suburbs, and we just watch you destroy that home because you don't know what to do. You didn't realize the upkeep. Like, yeah, I got enough to buy a home. Yeah, but that water heater's about to go down. The roof, even though it's new, the last time person who put it in didn't put it in well. I mean, it could look, you could walk into a house in the suburbs, look perfectly great. Like, okay, I can buy this house. It's a no fixer upper. That does not exist. Homes breathe. Homes are alive. They need caring to. So now you've bought into something that you can't afford to keep looking decent. And that's exactly whatever foreigner I can point around this neighborhood. You should see how the foreigners are fucking up my neighborhood in a matter of months, people. Months. And you look at everybody else in the neighborhood who's been here, Houses look fine. Like 60 cars on the, like the blinds are all fucked like it's at the hood. Like, what did you do to the blinds? Every single one, the blinds look fucked. And to all of you Mexicans who feel offended, we're offended first. Because you have a homeland to go back to and you're fucking up mine. And I don't want to hear from the few of you who are not. Shut the fuck up. There aren't enough of you. I want to hear from your ass. I just want you to go. I just want you to go. I don't want you here. You had a homeland, and I don't believe in coveting. So if you fought though that tribe, that Aboriginal tribe that originally lived in Mexico, and you fought them, and you killed them all off, great, fuck it, keep it. We don't give a fuck. Like I say, when you tried to move further, my ancestors kicked your ass. You wasn't getting Georgia, but here go the Atlanteans and everybody letting them in. Like we fought to keep them motherfuckers out hundreds of years ago. And you just opened the door because you don't fully understand the story. But don't worry, it'll all be fixed. We're gonna fix it because we have to. Or we're no longer Aborigines. Meaning, if you're breeding with these people, you're ruining your bloodline and your reparations. Get that. I fucks not with other people's men. If it's not an Aboriginal man, I fucks not with other people's men. I don't mind. Like I said, Partner for Life is truly a Jamaican who came here when he was 10. Love him. That's fine. As long as you're an Aboriginal. But I am not fucking with anything that's not an Aboriginal man. Not fucking up my reparations for over love and shit. Fucking up the look of the world. The faces, the colors, the beauty. Okay. Thank you. The beauty. The beauty, I'm in the garage, y'all. The beauty of who we are. But if you fall in love with a non-foreigner, meaning an exceptional white human, I don't have nothing to say. You just have to be careful of the amalgamation. And that's too deep of a conversation for me to have right now. I'm not against, I'm against it for myself and for my tribe. There's nothing wrong with wanting to keep your purity. We don't say anything about the people living in the bush who don't want to be bothered with nobody. Why is it wrong to want to just be you and be your people and be proud? You can't do that by doing male versus female shit. That's some old, it's just old and boring. It's hard to even talk about because men are from Mars and women are from Venus. I don't want men to be like women and women to be like men. I want men to be themselves. Be men. That's what I love. So I can't hate on you for that. And as a woman, I hold, I carry, and bear children who are meant to be with me for a long time. So you not really having a problem because you're supposed to be working. And then nowadays, the woman who bore the child, breastfeeds it, pumps the milk at work, she working and rearing that child. Okay? I don't get that. That's bullshit. If you buy, it's bullshit. And that's the next thing, especially this Sunday. Let's just tell the truth. It's bullshit. The male versus female shit is bullshit. Now, if you want to talk about the system, that's a totally different thing. But just as a basic, natural, innate function, I am never going to sit around and complain about, I love my Aboriginal men. I'm sorry. And I don't know. I don't get people who don't love their people. It's strange to me, but it's okay. And I hear the women all the time, y'all mammies. They call us mammies, I don't know. And y'all boys and this. And a lot of these people ain't had a single child, but somebody gave birth to them. If anything, that woman is worthless. To me, that's an unexceptional woman. That's a black liability. Women who talk crazy like that are black liabilities. If you want to spend your money, I wouldn't waste my money on anybody who's going to sit and talk against my people as a whole over something silly like male versus female. Because all you're doing is creating a thing. You're creating a problem that a lot of us aren't living with. Like I said, I come from a complete family, meaning not just my immediate family. Everybody is expected to get me, cousins, everybody. And that is a large portion of Aborigines. I'm not talking about Aboriginals of other islands or lands. I'm speaking about my people. I can't speak for foreign citizen Aboriginals that are here. And another thing, if I were you, I'd be very careful if you're watching from another country, because I see the countries that pop up of people who watch. Listen, you don't want it. What you think you're coming for is not what is really happening. If you are not an Aborigine, okay, of this place that they call the USA, and your ancestors have been all around this space for thousands of years, that means, other than that, the only other option is that you're a citizen. And citizen means slave. When you come, you get your slave number. An Aborigine can't be a citizen because it's just the law. An Aborigine cannot be a citizen because it's a law. But Aboriginals coming from other places can come here, become citizens, right? Like the whites. And citizens are only slaves. They're going to give you your number. Same way, and the difference is they're going to give you your number. Aboriginals of different places who want to come here and be a slave, a citizen, all right? They're going to give all the free shit to any foreigner that comes. Mexican, don't matter, before they give you a dime. So why would you want to move to a country? I'm not here for the country. I'm here because this is my soil. My God-given soil. I'm not occupying anybody's land. So why would you want to come here and subject yourself to a slave number and then leave your people behind, and they're struggling on the islands and are in need of their reparations and need brilliant people to help to begin that process, but you came over here, got brilliant, and then go back? How does that help anybody? Be proud of, and wait, how about this? No, you are proud of where you're from. The Aboriginals who are citizens here, who are from different places other than the U.S., you are so proud. Your flags all over the place. You can't be that proud if you left. And my people, I have no flag. My people have no flag. But your little flags be waving, but you here. And you get rude boy style and bashment. I turn the steer up as loud as I want. All this crazy shit. Porta potties on the front lawn in the suburbs while you got huge civic center size speakers out front with your flag waving. But you're here. If you love all of that culture, that loud music outside, go back home. I don't want to see any more of your out of country flags, because that means, why are you here? So you ain't here to do anybody any good. You could have stayed home and been a nurse, because that's what you come and do. You become nurses, and you don't make it to the nurse position a lot. You do all the little things right up under nurse. You could have done that and helped your own people, just to waving your flags. I'm so tired of all these special days. I can understand the Boricua's Day because that belongs to America. I ain't got no problems. And I especially will hold it down for Aboriginal Puerto Ricans. What's up, y'all? We see you. Okay? The U.S. Virgin Islands, anything that these people have grabbed hold of, I'm not going to disrespect and would fight for you. But everything else, why are you here? Take them flags down. The fuck? We don't give a fuck. Didn't you want to be this slave? Didn't you want to come here and be with the white man? Right? That's what you wanted, right? You want to come get a big house and have bashment? But in the smaller suburbs, because you realized you couldn't afford the bigger houses out further out, where you wouldn't be disturbing your neighbors and their houses wouldn't be vibrating like it's an earthquake. And we got to call the cops on you every summer. Go home or take the flags down. Go home or take the flags down. We don't want to see your flags. You decided to make this your home. Take that outside flag the fuck down. You can't be on many teams, nigga. Choose a fucking team. It's disgusting. All your pride, but you left your home, but you so proud. I'm proud of that home I left. Does that make sense? I'm proud I ain't left. I will go vacation. I studied abroad. Like I told you, I went to Mexico 3 times, and that's how I know those people. And I don't want them here. I don't want them here. Studied abroad in Costa Rica before. It was like, that was the 90s. 98. January 1998. Got on my plane to study abroad in Costa Rica. While I was there, spent 3 weeks in Panama, I've seen a lot, traveled a lot, done a lot. And all of you people who are talking about, I'm moving, I'm this, I'm leaving the country, you young people, let me tell you something. You are a nigga everywhere you go. Especially once you open your mouth and you speak and they hear your American accent. I got shot at in Costa Rica. Okay? I'm just a student walking. I also love how I'm walking and I see a man dying. Right? This is in Costa Rica. Because people want to, I'm getting out. USA so bad. Listen, in Costa Rica, I'm walking to class one day, walking to school, and there's a man dying. And to the point where he's rotting. He's alive, but he's rotting. And so I go and tell the missus, I'm like, and they only speak Spanish. They put you in homes where the people know no English. Okay, so you got to be able to really speak Spanish. And I'm telling her, there's a man right here next to the house. He's dying. So and this is a place, Costa Rica has no army. That's dope too. I love that. They have no army. Okay. So that means they ain't got a lot of other things. So she calls what we would call the police. They come, right? And they go, yes, yes, he's dying. Wait, y'all see about my garage? And they left. And he died. I kept going. I went on my way to school, right? And they did nothing. They left that man there to die. So all you people who are so about, the USA, I'm getting out of here. I'm talking about black folks who think they know something. Good fucking luck. Please go for it. Go for it. If I were you in this climate, I wouldn't step foot outside of this ancestral land until things have shifted a bit. But please, you know so much that you getting out of here, please. And when you leave, don't come back, because you're a liability, because you're a runner. Because these people are talking about, they weren't like I was, studying abroad, appreciating people's culture, spending money, okay? It's a mutual exchange. I'm not trying to take your land. I'm not coming to your land to stay. I'm here to study, learn about you and all of that, and go home. This is your land. And when they shot at me, I never went down that street again. That's their land. That was in Costa Rica. This is your land. If you don't want me on your street, cool. I will come down this particular street. Okay? So all these people running, don't come back when you desert us. Please don't return, because you're a runner. Things got hard and you ran. These people aren't talking about they're going to study and just to see something. No. They're talking shit about my ancestral soil. You can talk shit about the white man all day if you want. I don't give a fuck. But don't talk about the soil. The soil has done nothing but tried to protect you. That's all the soil has done. So if you think you're running, wherever you go, you're still going to be with yourself, because you're the problem. You're not going to be happy anywhere. And like I told you, I went to class, came home, that man had died, as the Costa Rican police had walked off, just like when I walked off and went on to school, and the missus of the house walked off, her and that black Nicaraguan maid we had, who I would not, I'm not. Everybody else, they wash everything. They wash your underwear. I would not. I'm like, hell no. Not giving this black Nicaraguan lady my underwear to wash. Hell no. And then when I left, I gave her all of my money. To where you have to understand, this is 1998. The value of a dollar compared to what the Costa Rican buck was astronomical. I could buy a rum and Coke for 25 cents. Let's put it to you that way. 25 cents. Okay? So what I left her, she could live off, she could get her ass back to Nicaragua and just sit at home with her family for years. And for me, it was just penny change. And the look on her face. I support Aboriginals of all lands. The look on her face to be able to go back home, to leave fucking Costa Rica where this man just died and everybody just sat there. But I go to the hospital He hears my accent, and I've got my little insurance card. Oh, come right in. All right. I got the best service. And as I'm sitting there, I didn't feel good about that. I just looked around like, these people in here are sick. They're in need. I got Montezuma's revenge. Yeah, if you don't do something, they can kill you. Don't get me wrong. Okay? Costa Rica is a third world country, especially way back then. Monkeys everywhere, sloths everywhere. You need the nets, the mosquito nets. You want to eat octopus, you just put your hand and grab one. You want to eat whatever you want, you just put your hand right in what. I kid you not. Niggas on horseback. I'm saying niggas because there are Aboriginals there. And then there are also people who are in Costa Rica who came from Jamaica during slave trade times. So, like, I mean, bareback on them horses with machetes going down the beach. But what do you do all day? Oh, okay, we get together, we play soccer. Okay, what else you do? Sometimes I work at Mr., Rodriguez's restaurant. Oh, the one over there, the only restaurant. Yeah, that's it. We play soccer on the beach. I mean, I'm pretty sure by now things have changed. Okay. Because I've heard a lot of things have happened there, and a lot of, them little white girls go there and die and go missing now. Okay, before they just Los Chapelinos would just kind of steal stuff from you, little kids, badass kids. Okay, and in Costa Rica, like back then in 1998, the houses had bars, right? Okay, and they would take cement and break broken glass and cement that broken glass upright behind the bar. So you got the glass, you got the window. Like, I'm standing in the window from the inside. Got the window, then you got the shattered glass, cemented, and then you got bars. So if it were to catch fire, you can't even get out the house. So they're so scared of these Los Chapelinos back in the day, what a vida, man, that they would jail themselves because of these little kids. They were good, though. They were good. These little kids were good. And I'm just like, whenever I get out of here, okay, so that's more of like the city life, which is, when you say city, it's not really like city. And the pollution is so bad. And you don't realize how bad it is until you leave, everybody getting the hell out of there on Friday after class, going, to all the beaches and everything. You can finally breathe and you realize how bad the smog is. In that tight space, the bus depot. And yes, they really do have chickens and shit on the bus. That's real. Live chickens. It's a third world country. That, at least in the 90s. Let me be clear again. In the 90s. And I could write the dust on that bus. And that's a long ride to the beaches, right? So you're talking about hours. I could write my name in the dust that would fall on me. And the first time I saw everybody on the bus, Aboriginal women, we wear head scarves at home all day as soon as we go. Well, there they wear them on the buses. And I was wondering. And then after that first ride to the shore, I was like, oh, okay. My hair, you could like pat it in like a puff powder like you do for your face. I was like, oh, that's the fuck why they got the scarves on. Okay. And so every time thereafter, I made sure I had my scarf on. I was ready. Make sure you do not have to pee. Make sure you do not have to pee. They don't charge you to get into that little bathroom at the stop. And then you got to make sure you got your belongings on you because, like I said, Los Chapelinos going to take your shit. And then you got to pay for the tissue, like 1 square at a time. So I learned to, and it's hot, so you don't want to dehydrate, but don't stay as dehydrated as you can until you get to where you going. Don't take a sip of water, and then that stop is quick. People be rushing. You will miss that bus. You don't want that. You don't want that. It's a beautiful place, but it's at least it was a very natural place. Loads of dangerous shit just walking about freely. And the monkeys stealing all your shit. It may look cute when you're looking at it on pictures, but no, it's quite annoying because, you want to get in the water and have a good time, and you're there fighting off monkeys and iguanas the size of a car. The size of a car. They don't bother nobody, but they're slow and they just don't care about you, and they take their time. And it's just the crabs that are all over some parts of the beach, and you're like, oh shit, the only way to get to where I want to go, I gotta go through the crabs and they shells. And so it looks like it's so nasty. It looks like the ground is moving. I mean, there's no space. They're clambering over each other, and now you're crackling over them trying to get to where you're going. And there's a lot. But see how I can't stick to male-female conflict because it's bullshit to me. It's hard for me to stick to that subject. When there are shitty women and shitty men. And at all times, each of us at some point in our life have been shitty. So what the fuck? That's not changing. It's not going to change. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Stop wasting your time dragging my men, especially if you're not an Aborigine from here. If you don't like my Aboriginal men that are here, my Aborigines, get the fuck out. If you got that much of a complaint, even if you from here and you got that much of a complaint, go live somewhere else, get the fuck out. All you're going to find is that you go to the next spot, men are from Mars and women are from Venus. Silly. It's not that deep. There are real problems. Stop dragging people. It's disgusting and it's ignorant. Like I said, I read that book when I was 19. So you're far behind. I'm listening to people, they 30-something. Bitch, you slow. Pick up a book. And a lot of you, pick up a fucking book. And I mean, go to a library and pick up a book before they take the libraries down, because there's information there, old microfiche information. So you shouldn't even have enough time to be dreaming about, I'm leaving my own damn land for somebody else's shit. So you're going to go and covet somebody else's land, and maybe they don't want you there. How about that, black bitches? You're going to go to another land. I'm telling you, I was shot at in Costa Rica for my complexion. Walking down the street, I'm just a student. I'm doing nothing. But please go. Maybe they'll kill you, and we won't have to deal with you no more. You don't know shit. You don't know shit. And how was it back in the day? We could all go and come back home alive. Y'all go over there now, you don't come back home. You come back in a casket on an airplane, and everybody's supposed to shed tears when people like me I keep telling you, it's not a good time to leave your Aboriginal land. Though this war over creation, the only war that has ever existed, is raging everywhere, even for people in the bush. So you're not a real soldier. So you're embarrassing to be an Aboriginal, one of God's original man, an original woman, and you pussy running. I'm running. Where you running to? somebody else's land. You're coveting somebody's land. That's a sin. It's Sunday. So let's break down that. It is a sin to look across the water and want to take other people's resources. We hate that. I hate foreigners coming. I hate it. They're coveting something and we're having a hard time. We can't even feed our own. People are really hungry in the USA on my ancestral soil. And then the food, the quality of the food is horrible. The chemicals in the food. We got problems to deal with. And foreigners just keep coming. This is not a great place. All you have to do is watch YouTube for 5 minutes. So that tells you the game is on. The game is on for impoverished whites and all niggas. And if your dumbass left your island, your Aboriginal island, and came here, well, you here now, you better fight. You better do something. We coming for that ass because you wasting space, taking up resources. You done already ran. Why can't we trust you? And this has nothing to do with transplants. If you are a transplant, meaning your parents brought you here, I'm not talking to you. That's not your fault. And I mean for all transplants of any background, white humans or Aboriginals. Transplants, it's not your fault. So I'm never talking to you. I'm not talking to the children of the people who coveted my ancestral soil because of what they saw the white human doing, or because of what they saw some silly rapper doing on YouTube. Like, people move here for some sick reasons. And then you get here and realize, yeah, that's only on the screen. All we do is watch it on the screen just like you was watching it on the screen. Some of these people aren't sent to the Midwest and to places where the poverty is bad. Why can't they send the foreigners there to help those people to build something up? Why they send them to the suburbs? You don't get to fucking come here. Especially Latinos not of the Caribbean Isles. Not who I'm talking about. You white Latinos. They need to throw you motherfuckers out there in the spots that people never see, where the white people have no teeth. Why do you get free money and turn our suburbs into ghettos? And I can assure you that that's what's happening. And for the few of you who aren't, shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck. The majority of you are turning once beautiful, humble suburbs into ghettos. Especially Middle Easterners who do not understand. They don't get how to use the blinds. Listen to me, people. They move in, and in 1 week, the blinds are fucked. Especially like the vertical blinds and the horizontal blinds. I'm like, how the fuck? We be driving by like, and then you think you're crazy, but then someone else will mention it to you. Another Aborigine, one of your friends, be like, did you pass by such and such street lately? What happened? I was just there last week. We're not the same. Middle Easterners, go home. Go home. I have no allegiance with you. I have nothing for you at all. India, you can go home. China, fuck you, China. I think the whole world hates you. So that says a lot. Even horrible people hate you. The nicest of people hate you. China hates itself. So we ain't got no time for that. That self-hatred. Goodbye. Goodbye. Africa. No need to come. You got a huge continent. Don't come the fuck over here. We're having troubles. We can't help you. And when we did help you, you went and gave all your resources back to that white creature. You're selling parts of your countries to the Arabs, to white Arabs. We can't help you no more. Don't ask us for shit. We helped you. A lot of Aborigines of the USA helped you get out of apartheid. And you acting crazy. And I assure you, the same way we let the white creature in when he pulled up on the shore hundreds of years ago and fucked us up to where we are today, that's exactly what's going to happen to you for selling out to the Arabs. And you're going to have to do your 400 years. Trust me, quote me, it's going to be 400. And then you're going to look across the ocean and be mad at everybody else. But just remember one thing, we did our 400 years for our mistake. We already paid our dues. We did our time. So don't be mad when you're going through it and nobody want to sit there and pay attention to it. Because we told you, country after country selling 30% of their country to white Arabs. It's sick. So we can't help you. And stop coming here checking off Caucasian. Just stop coming. Just stop coming. You got to understand something. We are not you. We're a different tribe. We're Aborigines. Very few African slaves got over here. We were the last stop. We are not your kinfolk. There's no Pan-African shit. When Mother Earth separated everybody, you're supposed to stay on the piece she gave you. But you covet and you come and you disrespect. So I'm done with you. You don't ever have to worry about me. Why would I go to Africa? I'm not African. I've never had the inkling to, I want to go to Africa. I'm not African. Oh, fuck, what they up to? There can be some bad Aboriginals. They're still killing people for saying the word Jesus. Go online and look. They're still killing people in some of the African countries for saying Jesus. Like, you people are fucking sick. I don't know you at all. You're a stranger to me. You're not of my tribe. We're not of Africa. And somebody named that place Africa, and you took that word, you ran with it. You see how hard it is for me? I call this my ancestral soil. I don't call it the US of A. This don't belong to them. No matter what they do, it will never belong to them. And America is an idea, the same as Africa is an idea. Ideas change all the time, don't they? And then I love how, like, your little mixed Africans that you're so proud of, right? The little mixed Africans, especially that Tyler, that little bitch. If y'all look back when she shaded us about how dope we weren't. But then once she wanted to ramp up her popularity, now she's all friends everywhere. Every time that song comes on the radio, I turn it off. And all they're doing, Africa, is they're going to go ahead, because y'all into it, it seems. Y'all into not wanting to be God's original man. So God's like, fuck it, mate with all this shit if you want to. Fallen creatures, whatever you want to mate with. And they're disrespecting us. I don't listen to none of that music. In 2020, I listened on Twitch when they would play it. I don't buy that shit. I don't play that shit. That's not my shit. They ain't never been there. And all the butt shaking moves, and that's not my shit. Give me some Otis Redding, bitch. Give me some Otis Redding. The fuck? Give a fuck about that little mixed bitch from Africa. Now she talking different. Nah, bitch, you shaded the fuck out of my Aborigines here. So you stay the fuck over there. Don't step back on the soil since you didn't enjoy your time here. It wasn't meant to be a comparison. The point was for you to come, make your money, shut the fuck up, and go home. Don't come back. Tyler, Twyla, I don't know what it is. And y'all gonna sit there and wait until all y'all look like that, mixed with the Chinese. Good fucking luck, because that's an amalgamation. And that Twi'lek chick, I'm trying to tell you, that's not an Aborigine or an Aboriginal. That's a mixed bitch. And the way she's talking sounds like her amalgamation didn't go well. See? And are they gonna toss out there these light images to you? Yeah, child, please. Child, please. You see this? I'm all for it. Child, please. It's going to come a day. It's about to come a day. I'm going to say this. When the beauty is going to be given a spark, a miraculous spark that you can't stop and you can't prevent. A spark that will make you fall to your knees. A glow that will make you fall to your knees. Over pure Aboriginals. It's coming. You're going to fall to your knees. Some will weep. Some will cry out, what have I done to my lineage, my bloodline? Time is coming. And I know many people don't know me on this platform for more than my illness, but I can tell you what, everything I say, I research. I'm a watcher, not a conversationalist. I'm a watcher and I'm a listener. I be everywhere. Everywhere. And not just online. I physically go everywhere. And that's how I know everything about the people. I sit there and let all these Middle Easterners and all these Mexicans and all these people, and they start to tell their truth and they start to say things that are just off the fucking charts. And I just stand there listening. And I watch the demise of the once exceptional white humans as they bow quietly. But I'm on my ancestral land, so you know I'm standing tall. Wherever I go, the room lights up because there's so few of us left that they don't even know what we look like. So when they finally see us, they don't know what the fuck to do. Mexican men do not want their own women. I assure you, 100%. 100. And as much as you're wearing these people's wigs from all sorts of places, their men don't want them. Their men don't want them. Indian women, their men don't want them. It has nothing to do with what we're doing. It's what God created us to be. It's what's in us that emits that we can't see, but they can feel. And since we are that thing, we can't feel it, but they can. Trust me. When they got off that boat, diaries upon diaries upon diaries have been written, and they raved about your thick-bodied, woolly-haired, braided down the side, one braid on each side, beauty, and your beautiful butts. And they said in those journals, this is perfect. These are great. These women will be great to mate with. Now remember, they're a little off because they're just getting off the boat. They had to eat a few of their own people on that journey. But once they got well, and it was continued to write in them journals, nothing changed. And then our men was like, Our Aborigines were here, were like, this beast has to go. And so our men asked the white human who was being led by this white creature, long story, asked them to leave. We had gotten them well. We had gotten them to stop eating each other for survival. We had even, you understand, kept some of their women because of how disgusted we were. Okay? We kept white people, because of my tribe, you are here, white women. We kept some of you. We refused to put you on that boat with those monsters. And all you do is like that lady did at that, was at a baseball game or football game, and she's just yelling at that black dude, and spit is flying all out her mouth, and she's just enraged. And like, woman, if it wasn't for these niggas, you wouldn't be here. Their bloodline kept you and sent your disgusting men back across that water. And then the next time we tried, they refused. The next time we tried, they refused to go. And we watched as they ate each other, and they turned into something unbearable to mention, and had brought more of their hoes with them. And we're just, our spirits broke. And our spirits have been traumatized from that since. We're rebuilding ourselves. And as we rebuild ourselves, and if you are a pure Aborigine for certain, what is about to come from you, you're not going to be able to see it, but they're going to see it. You are returning to your greatness. And no fake named country, because they can call it something else tomorrow, it's just an idea, can stop what God has in store for you. But if you think that walking around and talking shit about his men who he made before he made you, and if you don't believe it, that's up to you. We came from their ribs. That's beautiful. He made us from them. Stop fucking talking nasty about my men. I don't fucking appreciate it. Or get the fuck out and go to another country. And all you're going to do there is talk about the men. And then you're going to get the fuck out of that country and go to the next one. It's just being man and woman. One from Mars, one from Venus. We're meant to be different. We're not meant to always agree. We may argue. We may fight. We may whatever. So what? It's really, I'm not talking about abuse, y'all. That's not what I'm talking about. You people are looking for some type of relationships that don't exist. And I'm telling you that because I come from a complete family, not just my immediate family, my entire bloodline. It's complete. Everybody gets married. Everybody's still married because you don't even know what marriage is supposed to be, I guess. So there's really nothing wrong with the man. There's something wrong with your understanding. Stop talking about my men like that. And then don't come to me once a few of them do something. See, you help. Shut the fuck up. Didn't I just tell you there are horrible females and horrible males? So as soon as you come at me about what one of the Aboriginal males has done, I'm going to come back with you about all the fucking disgusting shit you black bitches have done. And you do all day. So shut the fuck up. Get a clue. You nasty hoes. Get a clue. This is an old story. It's old. All you ever had to do was find a family that's been together for a long time and ask them questions. That's all you had to do. Instead, you get online and you just go for it. How can you go about something that you don't even know because you never had it in your lineage? None of it didn't work for your people. You need to be talking to the people who it's working for. But what you're going to find is that what you expect is not even humanly impossible. Sorry, everybody, humanly possible. That's what you're going to find. You live in some fucking sick fantasy land. It's not possible. I don't want no henpecked nigga. I don't want no henpecked nigga. And he don't want no hoe ass bitch because you upset that you can't henpeck him. I don't give a fuck about his money. The fuck? People gain and lose money every fucking day. Just because you have money today, black bitches, don't mean you're gonna have it tomorrow. That goes for trillionaires. Trillionaires can tell you just because you have money today, don't mean you're gonna have it tomorrow. It ain't about no fucking money. It's about skill, effort, communication, the patience, and looking in the fucking mirror and saying, you know what, I ain't shit. Yeah, take a look. Some of you women, look in the mirror and tell yourself you ain't shit, so you can move on. And as for the niggas who, I ain't worried about them. Listen to me. I'm not worried about no nigga who worried about a busy woman. That mean he lazy or something, because it don't add up. It don't add up. I'm not worried about that. He'll be all right. He'll die lonely and sad, just like you hoes who will leave and not have taken the advice will die lonely and sad, living in some other country because you kept running, and all they did was run through you in every country. What they call us are the birthers, like the insults that you are spewing at God. We didn't create this. I didn't create this birther that you call. I didn't create this birther that you call me. You're a birther. You're just not using it. So you're no different. You're just disgusting. Wake up. There's no place to run to. You're the problem. And if you can, every day I remind myself, if I have a thought about life, I'm the problem. Because if I see it that way, then now I can make a step towards something. But if I'm thinking that something else or somebody else is the problem, just like with the system, okay? I could sit all day saying the system is the problem. Or I could say, not, fuck that, I'm the problem. Because I didn't get up today, go over to the town hall and cuss a motherfucker out. I didn't get up today and call Representative What's-His-Face for a meeting like I was supposed to fix this problem. All these problems that you're having, if you were to go as an individual, stop thinking it's a group effort. All you people, and I would implore you, people in the projects and the hoods, it's about an individual walking over to a representative's office. He will even come by your house. A good one will, and have a conversation. And you can change so much by being one. One. Even if you're married with a family, you're still, when you die alone. Look in the mirror and say, what did I do today besides get on here and make money calling black women mammies and birthers? They're not even shooting arrows at the white system anymore. These people just they're coming for the wrong people because they're birthers as well. They just don't use it. But they use that body to make all this money that perpetuates the same stuff that they fuss about, diddy about. these hoes. I have been celibate for 19 years. I repeat, I have been celibate for 19 years. And that's a lecture people pay for. In person. Instead of you on these lives talking this shit and everything you're doing. I'm moving now. I'm getting out of here. I'm this. Bitch, please. Like, who got time for, who got time? Who got time? All this moving and all this begging people and forcing people to, if you're not going to go and join my other extra group, get the fuck out. Okay. And guess what? I'm so unbothered that if you have talent, I still click like and I still share. Because I'm always hoping that you'll grow up and gain wisdom, discernment, and patience. I didn't come on, and I didn't start lecturing until I knew I had enough wisdom, discernment, and patience to lecture. We got, 20-year-olds on here just talking like they done lived a long time. These are leading people. They got mad, like they're leading older people. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. But I love how when I look at my viewers, I see those people I'm talking about are coming to my lives. Those 20-year-olds who are who talk, but really don't know nothing. In my age group, right up under me, they come, and then I've got the older people who come. I have a chronic illness, so I am a little bit more like an older person to me. That's how I see myself. My death is supposed to be by age 62, right? So I kind of fit in the older category because of my illness and its progressive state. Like right now, my left eye went blind recently. It does it. It may come back in a year, it may not, who knows? But all of that kind of fits me with an older group sometimes. So stop the bullshit. And no matter what, Miss Nikki is always still liking and sharing your shit. As soon as I hit the room, as soon as I hit your rooms, I like and I share. You don't have to ask. Because I'm not going to be there if I don't think that you're brilliant. But you can be brilliant and a piece of shit. So that day, if you're saying something brilliant, but you're a piece of shit, I'm going to still hit like and share because I want the people to hear the brilliance that you said. Just like Diddy's brilliant, but a piece of shit. Jay-Z is brilliant, but a piece of shit. You see? Maybe that helps. You understand. Okay? And all my exceptional white humans. Thank you. You know who you are. All my brilliant Aborigines, thank you. You know who you are. And everybody who's all about male versus female, you suck a dick. Go fix yourself.